Can you be a duchess of the biggest duchy in France, queen of England, and a leader of the crusade, and all that as a woman in the 12th century? The answer to this, disappointingly, not a chance, no, so this is the end of our video. Wait, what? Alright then, let me introduce to you Eleanor of Aquitaine. Thanks to the early death of her brother, Eleanor was the heir of her father William X, or William X for the petty ones of you. Mr. X was the Duke of Aquitaine, which is almost a third of today's France and a lot larger than the king's actual territory. Eleanor was one of the most wanted bachelorettes back then because she got that boom boom pow. Translate that to 12th century English, she had a huge chunk of land to her name. She's actually said to have been very beautiful and educated, but you know, who cares, Aquitaine was great enough. When Eleanor's father was to die, he made the king be the guardian of his 15-year-old daughter. Why? Well, at the time, kidnapping of the heir was a legit way of getting yourself some land. So when the old duke died during his trip to Spain, King Louis the Fat sent a letter to Eleanor to inform her of 3 things. His son, Prince Louis, proposed to her, she already said yes. And what was the third thing? Oh yeah, her father died. Soon, the king followed the duke and Duchess Eleanor became Queen Eleanor. The new pope at the time decided that 50 years is a long enough wait for the second season of the crusade and asked King Louis to lead it. During a sermon in which Louis announced the crusade, Eleanor rode in on a white horse dressed as an Amazon and told everyone that she was joining him. On the crusade, Eleanor had a lady squad with her, and although they were dressed as soldiers, they never really fought. Eleanor was influenced by her uncle, who she was suspiciously, or should we say incestuously, close to. Thanks to this, she was arguing with Louis all the time on who they should attack. Not granting her the wish, Eleanor didn't want to play with Louis anymore and asked for divorce on the account of being cousins of 4th degree. 2 months later, she married the 10 years younger Henry II, son of the King of England, who was, ironically, Eleanor's cousin of the 3rd degree. Not long passed and the king died, making Eleanor the Queen of England now. During her time in England, Eleanor turned her court into the so-called Court of Love. Many poets and troubadours would arrive and show off their songs and moves to the jury of 2, Eleanor and her daughter. Basically, it was a posh dating school. Unlike with Louis, who Eleanor gave 2 daughters to, she bore Henry 3 daughters and 5 sons, 3 of which would later become kings. King Henry, being a huge philanthropist that he was, wasn't able to restrict his love to just one woman. He never hid he was taking cookies from other jars, a lot of jars, and never got in trouble for it. Because, you know, king and all that. So, on a scale from 0 to openly talking your sons into rebelling against their father, how angry was Eleanor? Very angry indeed. During their son's rebellion, King Henry imprisoned Eleanor and the Queen of England spent 16 years in prison. She was released after Henry's death by the new king and her favorite son, Richard the Lionheart. It was high time for the Third Crusade, and Richard was the central commander. Eleanor then acted as a regent in Richard's absence and traveled to Germany to negotiate a ransom for the captured king. The last of her days, Eleanor spent as a nun, living to be 82 and seeing all of her children but 2 die. Be sure to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next week!